What's up to all my YouTube fans? Ramo Red Track back here to give it to you like you like it, like you need it, and like you got to have it every time, right on time. Like and subscribe. Well, I had to do this video. I every now and then I will do a video on Kwame Brown World. I don't do as much as I used to. If you guys go back, for all you new people, um, you can go back and probably have yourself a whole day of laughter if you look at me roasting Kwame Brown. But I still listen to his show sometimes, when he has a good something on. And this relates more to Sister T, but since Kwame did a video about it yesterday, I said I'm gonna go ahead and do my little take on it. I got the notification for Sister T yesterday, and I always just look at her for a few seconds or minutes, just like I do all the people in the sector, and just see um, if I see any growth, if I see any change, if there's change, why is there change? For you guys that don't know, I've got a master's in psychology. So uh, psychology is the study of human behavior, okay? And if you are involved in that field, it's not something you do sometimes. It's something you do all the time because people are what we're all about. So anytime I'm in a conversation with somebody, if I'm looking at somebody's video or whatever, yeah, I'm looking at the video for entertainment or information, but at the same time, I'm also studying that person. Even if it's Fox News, even if it's CNN, I naturally, because I was trained in that field, I naturally do that when I see people. So yesterday when I saw the Sister T video with her out there with the homeless, I was like, oh hell yeah. At first, because I didn't know what it was, but I just saw that she was out in the public and it looked like she was talking to people that needed help. And I was like, oh, okay. Right. And so then I kept on watching it. Within 5 or 10 seconds, I was like, what the fuck is she doing? Does she really see? Let me tell you something. And I called up to Kwame Brown's link yesterday, and I just gave a couple of words about it. I said that first of all, she's not aware of how much it costs to take someone off the street. You see what I'm saying? You're probably looking at maybe $100,000 to do that per person. If you're lucky, you can turn somebody's life around like that, really set them up right with a car, house, whatever they need, $100,000, right? Because they're gonna need clothes, they're gonna need food, they're gonna lose their job a few times before they can keep one, right? That might take years, right? If you're really gonna try and help somebody, help them. And then also number two, the one thing that I mentioned on the link was it's extremely dangerous. Okay, and I want to go deeper into that. There are some people out here. There are black people out here. You know what? I'm not even going to say black people. Because you got some rednecks out here to do the same thing. They think that because they are so, well, I'll keep it black for a second, real, right? They're so real. Or the white people say they're such a red-blooded American. That's the scariest person you ever want to meet. When somebody tell you that, you start looking for it, you hear somebody saying that, Yahoo, all that stuff, you start looking for the door, okay? But there's some black people out here that they think they so real that they forget what reality is. They forget what a real fist to your face feels like when you get punched square in your nose. They forget what it feels like for somebody to come up behind you and knock the shit out of you. You see what I mean? And a lot of that is happening, especially I see it with our black women. And this isn't to pound on black women. It's just that we're talking about one here that's literally putting herself in serious danger and she doesn't know it because she thinks she's so real that people are going to respect her. See, We living in a different world right now. Back in the day, a woman could say something no matter what color she was. She could say anything, especially if it was out in public. She could say anything. Throw a drink in a man's face, right? I had a girl throw a drink in my face one time at the club, right? And like, what do you do when something like that happens, right? Nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because she's a chick. But nowadays, it ain't like that. I don't know if you guys heard about that lady that got hit in the head with a brick because she didn't want to give a guy her telephone number. Now, what if Mrs. T, or Sister T, sorry, is out there, right? One of the homeless men come up to her and say, "Hey, baby, you looking good, right?" She out there looking like a fucking fool, looking like Rick James and shit. You know what I'm saying? And and he says, "Hey, baby, let me get that number, right?" And she said, you can get my number, right?" And now same guy, right? Picks up a brick, busts her ass in the face, right? Now she's out there with a gun. And see, one thing that people don't understand is that it's not about you shooting somebody. And see, I'm able to look at a situation that I haven't been in, but I can see I can see the repercussions of it without me having to actually go through that experience. A lot of people out here that have killed people and got off for it because they were in the right feel like shit. Just because you shoot somebody and you're in the right, that doesn't mean that doesn't affect your conscience for the rest of your life. You see what I mean? It's not just, hey, he hit me with a brick and I shot him in the head. No, it doesn't work like that. And then you feel okay about it because he hit you in the face with a brick? No, it doesn't work like that. Conscience is much deeper than that, and that's why thou shalt not kill is one of the commandments. That's just like, I didn't understand when the commandments were saying that thou shalt not covet another man's wife, right? Well, me being a tennis coach, I'm in that situation all the time, and when I was younger, I took advantage of it. Not like I could have really, but I did sometimes have sex with other men's wives. And I didn't understand that, oh, it takes time for you to feel bad about that and for you to mature to the point where you say, God damn, what the fuck was I doing? You see what I mean? I'm fucking somebody's wife. And see, a lot of people, they think, oh man, that'd be a cool little job. Have a tennis coach, you can fuck all the people's wives and shit like that. They out there in little mini skirts and everything. Yeah, it is cool. But once I matured, I realized, you know what? I don't need to be going around homeless people with guns because shit pops off. And even if somebody hits me in the face with a brick, right? I'm going to feel bad about shooting that person. Maybe not at that time. But see, your conscience is, like I said, deeper than that. And eventually you're going to feel guilty about that. Because you're going to look at all the decisions you made that led up to that and why you made those decisions. One thing that I study now is not just, and when I say study, that means that I listen to it over and over again. The commands of Jesus. And I'm not some big Jesus freak, but he did put a blueprint down. I don't see anybody else's blueprint. You know, you got obviously Muhammad, and you have Confucius, and you have all these Buddhists, and everybody has the blueprint. He was one of the guys that has the blueprint, all right? And it's pretty good, all right? But what I'm saying is, like, Jesus talks about in his commands, it says that you're not supposed to help people and really show people. You know what I'm saying? And I think there's a space for YouTube where you can do that for a certain reason. Like for me, I'm a day trader. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make a lot of money so that I can help people, right? Could I have just stayed a tennis coach for the rest of my life? Probably. You know what I mean? I would have ended up middle class. But the thing is, see, I was rich. I was rich when I was 26. Like I said, I started fucking somebody's wife, and she left him, and she got $1 million and some, and and we got married. So me touching that life for 3 years, where I didn't have to work, I could buy anything I wanted, um, it changed me, and it showed me, hey, this is what that life is. Then I decided, hey, you know what? I want that life, but I don't want it this way, because I know this is wrong. And it goes back to the commandments. You see what I'm saying? I knew that the way the relationship started, it was wrong. And believe it or not, I walked away from that. Now, a lot of people, they may not believe it. I don't know many people that do that kind of thing. Well, I don't hear about it. But I did walk away from that life. You see what I mean? And so, like, when it comes to the commandments, um, I take them serious. And, like, you walk around with a gun. What's the purpose of it? Now, if you got it in your house, that's different, right? But if you're walking around with a gun, what are you gonna use that for? You see what I mean? And since you can't defend yourself, you're gonna be forced to use it. When you're helping someone, this goes back to the Jesus thing. When you're helping someone, you're not supposed to let other people know. And like what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have some of that on my page, because I've always just wanted to have some stuff like that on my page, because I believe in collective consciousness. And I think that if enough people saw that happening, they would say, I want to do that too. You see what I mean? I'm gonna do a thing where every day I go and give $20 to somebody. You see what I mean? And I'm gonna have a conversation with them, but it won't be like the Sister T conversation. Like where I'm like she's asking these people, um, she was asking them like, why are you homeless? Bitch, do you know that you only an argument away from being homeless? You own anybody out here. It's only a couple of things happening in sequence, and they'll be homeless too. I don't care who it is. I don't care who it is. You let 3 or 4 things happen in a row at the right time, and everything you have will be gone, and you'll be homeless. And you don't come up to people with a camera and do that. You know what I'm saying? Like when I go out and I give out my $20, I'm gonna have the camera facing down. Like if I walk in the store and the guy's like, "Let me give you $1," right? I'm not gonna let him know that I'm gonna give him 20 when I come out. But I'm gonna have the camera maybe just facing on me talking to him. You see what I mean? And then he gets the money, I get the good feeling. You know what I mean? And then as soon as I have that little conversation with him, right? Boom, I'm out. Not only that, see, I got street smarts. You see what I mean? So when I go up to a certain person, I can tell what this person, I can see what they about. They're gonna be some people where I go up and I say, I say, no, I don't have $1, because I can feel that person's energy. That person might try and take all of my money instead of just the $20. Now, Sister T walking out there amongst all of these fucking homeless people, right? Acting like she's street smart, trying to keep it real. And this is where, Black YouTube goes wrong. And, I might just start making that part of my page, Black YouTube gone wrong. You know what I mean? Because actually that's what I'm gonna do. That'll give me a way to talk about this shit sometimes. Because I see things, especially in Kwame Brown world, but not just his world. It's like our shit's always gotta be like this violent type, sexual, cursing, over the top, loud, disruptive, um sacrilegious experience when we get entertained by black people on YouTube. Why is that? Why is it that I only have 800 subscribers and I got 1,200 goddamn videos up there? And I got more information on my page than anybody that I go to. I don't see anybody. I have not gone to a YouTube page yet and seen as much factual information on someone's page as mine. And comedy. Like, if you do go to somewhere and you see all that, you're not gonna be laughing on that motherfucker. You're not gonna be entertained. You're not gonna see them posting up 300 songs as well that they produced, wrote and shit. You know what I'm saying? You're just not gonna see that. And you know what? That's why I say I'm the baddest man on YouTube.